Hi guys, it's me, Kat, Mrs. Handy, are you? Hope you're all doing really well. Well, here we are, decoding the Charlie Kirk assassination. It's the day after, it's 9/11, and if you've watched me before, you'll know I use gematria to decode the news, and that the news is in air quotes. I know you can't see me, but we're doing air quotes here. And gematria, simple gematria, is A equals 1 through B equals 2, C equals 3, all the way to Z 26. And I used a gematrix.org database. And when you use that, you'll also see Jewish gematria, which I also use. Okay, so this happened on September 9th, or you can say 9/10, of course. So I entered that in the database, the numbers, the words 9 and 10. And it just so happens that in both Jewish and simple, it equals the fool. So as you'll see as I continue to do this decoding, I don't think that really happened. Charlie Kirk is not dead, and this was a white hat op. Let's see. So 9/10 also equals in simple gematria sniper, hogwash, Q-tip, right? Q-tip. Now that's funny because it's a tip from Q that, yeah, this didn't happen. Born again. So all of this was fake. It also equals Jennifer, like our Jennifer Mack, who's supposed to be married to Juana Saban. Anyway, so now I thought, okay, now just try spelling out the month, September and 9th. So it comes up fake name. It's a deception. I teach him real lesson. Remember, he was debating and teaching everybody, I guess, the conservative point of view. You could put it that way. Let's see. So September 9th is also murderers and has a confession of a lie. And that was all in Jewish, 574. In simple, it's 168, and it's many wrong ideas lived in disguise, like hiding, traumatology. Sorry about the lawnmower noise, but I've been waiting a while and I just got impatient, so we're doing it anyway. So he was debating in a tent, and on the tent there was a sign, American Comeback. It was on the top of the tent, actually. And in Jewish gematria, it's 273, and it's break the code. So everything's in code, all of this stuff. In simple gematria, it's 117. It equals your death, the fallen one, flesh and blood, undertaker, heartbroken, replicator. So there's a chance that, there was a stand-in for the acting that was going on. Another sign on the tent said, prove me wrong. And in simple, it's 171. It's event horizon, forever young, because, if it looks like he passed on, he would always be in people's minds forever young. Another match to prove me wrong. Didn't I say I'll be back? Now that's a good one. And then in Jewish, it's way too early, like gone too soon. This happened in Orem, I don't know how to say it, Orem, Utah. And in simple, it's 101, and believe it or not, Orem, Utah equals assassin. That's not a coincidence. This was all set up and planned this way, and it's fake, and it's a white hat op. It's a good guy op. Okay, more simple 101, it's Tree of Life. Ides of March, which is an assassination reference because of Caesar. Happened in the Ides of March. Whopper, spoofing. Jesus Code. Again, code. Regeneron, like coming back. Let's see. There was, I was watching it live on Agenda Free TV when all this was happening yesterday. one of his headlines for the video, the live stream, was Charlie Kirk shot and killed. And Steve Lookner is the host of Agenda Free TV, and as I've said several times before, Steve is a white hat. He's undercover. He's really someone else. And for all from coding, coding what he says and things like that. And then we have impersonators, matches Charlie Kirk shot and killed. Programming Chosen One, matches Charlie Kirk shot and killed. And they'll probably make it sound like at some point it was an MK Ultra thing where somebody was, programmed to do this. Okay, so I did impersonators. And then in simple, it's 257, and it's shut. Now you could say shut down simulation, but I looked at it as shut and then down simulation, like going down simulation. Time to start running matches. We're on a mission from God. Like the key word is mission, like a plan. Nothing is what it seems matches Charlie Kirk shot and killed. Let's see. Utah Valley University was where this supposedly happened. And it equals simple 289, and it equals Mary Magdalene and Jesus Christ. No mercy to terrorists. Like terrorists, supposed to be the terrorists that did this. True identity, Mary Magdalene. I think Charlie was really Diana at this point, but I haven't worked on it long enough to say, for sure. You got to see this chipmunk. Sorry. I don't know if he'll come in view again. It was really funny. Let's see. No mercy to terrorists. True identity, I said that. Anagram, a lie detector, deceit or tale. So a reference to lies. Avoid potential catastrophe, like means it didn't happen. Now we have the train coming. Utah Valley University in Jewish is 3088. How life and death is in the power of the tongue. Now remember, he was debating other students in this tent at the university. So the power of the tongue, right? He's speaking and supposedly died. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. Let's see, what else do we have? I have so much. And you probably can't hear me in a second, but, well, anyway, I tried Charlie Kirk dead. That wasn't anything that was on Agenda Free TV or on a headline. I just did it on my own. And it equals Mary Magdalene. So it's simple 119, Mary Magdalene. And to me, it's like Diana and Jackie and everybody signing this event, this op, white hat op. It equals blink of an eye, like gone in a blink of an eye. Master plan, like the Q plan or white hat plan. Disappearing. Who did this? Obituaries. Paramount, and that's of course a movie studio. Reanimation and happy ending. That was in simple for Charlie Kirk dead. And in Jewish it's 249, and it's acting like a child, acting. And it's C, the letter C, decode the code. Now before this assassination, I'm using air quotes again, Charlie Kirk's X account posted, now this was in all caps, this phrase, but it was we, period, are, period, so, period, back, exclamation point. And so anyway, I entered, we are so back. And that equals, I'm being alive after death. That's Jewish 1147. So it can't be any more obvious, right, that he's not dead, right? And another match to we are so back. I expect an early death. And then resurrection day and return as myself. So that was Jewish 1147. We are so back. Now, in simple, it's 103 Princess for Diana, who's here in case you're new. Jack Kennedy, Circle of Life. That all matches. We are so back. Now, the rest of this post from Charlie Kirk's X account, and like I said, this is before the event. Let's see. Utah University is fired up. Now, fired up was in caps. And fired like a weapon, right? Fired up and ready for the first stop back. For the first stop back, like coming back, on the American Comeback Tour. And then they deleted the post. So fired up, like fired weapon, and ready to get going. And then comeback is all in that post. So you don't have to code that one, really. I mean, it's obvious what that one means after the fact. Okay, so, well, I said you didn't have to code it, but I did. I coded it. Fired up is simple 79, and it's prepare your, these are all single word matches, murder, bloodbath, criminal, villain, she perished, like I think it was a she. I think that somebody in a great silicone mask and a lot of padding going on here. She perished. Yeshua, fear not, and laughing. All that matched, fired up. And in Jewish it was 364, and it equals death grips, other self, like an actor playing the part of Charlie Kirk. Fire point with an E on the end. Fire point E. And that's the name of a company. I've done a show on this before, quite a while ago. Kim Clement referred to that company, Firepoint. And, you know, he used to talk about prophetic things to do with finance, among other things, of course, and investments and things. So I thought that was cool that matched. Let's see. And there was ready in all caps in the Charlie Kirk X account post, and it equals simple 53, and it's God code, killed, legacy, deceive, run. Remember, everybody was running. Coffin and come back. Also matches gender and reign. And I'm possibly thinking, besides thinking that he was played by a woman, at least at that moment, if not for quite a while. Reign, R-E-I-G-N, matches, and that makes me think of Diana. Then we have Jewish 490. It's played like you're played for a fool, or played like acting. Life is scripted. Reuniting, decoding the ciphers. That all matches the ready in caps. Now, remember, the way I learned how to do this gematria coding was from an old Twitter account called By the Book. And you can still see a little bit from By the Book on Rumble. A lot of them didn't get moved over, or they got deleted. I don't know which one happened there. But it taught me how to do this by phrases. A lot of it was using Trump tweets at the time, and you used all the caps, all the capitals in the paragraph that he was writing, and you put that in the jimmytricks.org database, and you came up with all these different matches, and then you listened to inside of you, like God talking to you. Oh, there's a hummingbird. I don't know if you can see it. Anyway, you look at all the matches, and then you come up with this small list and see what seems to be relevant to what you're asking about. And after a while, you start coming up with these stories, like I should say stories, like storylines of what could be going on in the world. You know, you'll go, oh, this one's referring to this thing that I've already worked on, or this coding is referring to that thing that I've been working on, you know, that kind of thing. That's so cool. There's a hummingbird. That must be a good sign. Anyway, I don't know where he went. Guess he's gone. So we had a chipmunk and a hummingbird. And birds over my head at the bird feeder. Okay, so yeah, and I was telling you how I learned coding and this type of coding. So you can use all caps, but you can use repeated words. You know, President Trump repeats words a lot. A lot of other people do the same thing. And they want you to work on that. You know, they want you to figure out what they're really saying. So he's not... Oh my! Did you see that? Oh my goodness. Hi. He's right in front of me. That's really cool, you guys. I'm just so shocked. Hi, honey. Hi. You're so pretty. Yes, you are. You're so pretty. That was so cool. Anyway, okay. There was this online article that I worked on coding. It was done today on 9/11, and it was on CNN's website. Not website, but yeah, it was CNN's website, and it was by a person named Eric Bradner. I don't know, Bradner, and it started off with, if you want to see the same article and look at it and code it like I am doing, the headline was, it was long, but the headline was, Charlie Kirk, a prominent conservative activist and Trump ally, dies after shooting at Utah campus event. So that's, if you want to look it up yourself, that's the one to look for. And let's see, within the article, being shot was in bold print. So that's another thing you can work on with coding. You can see things in like italics or bold print or in blueprint or whatever. And that's something significant. That means you could decode it. Or an odd phrase or an odd word that just really jumps out. It doesn't have to be repeated. Let's see. Being shot. Where did I write that one down? Being shot. That was, like I said, bold print. And it equals Nero, Caesar, which of course is a reference to Assassination, celebrity, and creators. Creators, like the creators are creating this event. Placeholder. Now we have a saw. Placeholder. Genius act, like an act. Oh my gosh, that's loud and annoying. I'm sorry. In Jewish gematria, it's 311. Being shot is 311. And it's animator, hat trick, sketches, like something written out in a play. No masks, like masking. Then we have answering a question was in bold type. Where did I do answering a question? Maybe I didn't do that one. Yeah, here I did. Sorry. And it equals last day under the sun. And in Jewish, it's 1737. I'm going to go inside. That's too loud. Sorry, you guys. Okay, we'll just wander. Figure this stuff out. Just sit down. Okay. What do I have here? There's nothing interesting to see here. You guys don't want to look at that. That's really boring. Oh my gosh. Okay, okay, here we go. That's my usual view that you guys see. Let's see. Oh, that's still loud. Oh my gosh. Okay. Answering a question is last day under the sun. And in Jewish, it's 1737 also, as well. let's see, 22nd. Now that's interesting because I keep wondering, Karen Carson, hi Karen, how you doing? Has been mentioning that in movies, 922 to 923 is always movies, and can you tell I'm kind of disconcerted here? I'm so sorry. 922 and 923 are big dates in movies and TV plots and things like that for like the world ending or some big event happening. And so here we've got a match to the 22nd with, answering a question. So that's really interesting. Sorry about the fast moving camera. I hope it didn't make you sick. Okay, I shut the doors. Maybe it'll be okay now. I don't know. Okay. So 22nd, like I said, with the dates, maybe that's a reference to big dates coming up. I don't know. Here we are at 9/11, so we're like 11 days away from the 22nd. I don't know. We'll find out, won't we? Usually wrong about dates. So Q, see, your life is a movie. Your life is a movie matches. Disassociative identity, like not the right person. Really wish he hadn't lied. Counter-terrorism, like maybe not terrorism, another way of looking at that. America's state of emergency. Mary Magdalene reincarnated. So if Diana was playing Charlie Kirk at that moment, or previously maybe, talking about the person coming back. Let's see, what do we have here? Yeah, I don't know. How much of this do I want to tell you guys? Because it's a little repetitive, I guess. Oh, Orem, Utah. Oh, I did that. Right? Did I do that one, you guys? Did I do Orem, Utah? Oh, I did part of Orem, Utah. I mentioned Ides of March and all that, which is Assassination. But Orem, Utah is also D-Trump, like Donald Trump signing this, like event. Mortal Kombat, but combat with a K, which we all know what that means. Impersonated. And Steve Lookner, when he was doing this live stream on the Charlie Kirk shooting, and like I just said previously, Steve is part of this whole thing, and he gives comms constantly. I think he's a she. He's Diana. Diana's everywhere. Hi, Diana. And he says "hold on" all the time. He'll say "hold on, hold on, hold on" like that, and he said it probably 5 or 6 times in a row, and that equals simple 68, and that's Jenny. So Diana and Jackie, as far as I can tell, play the Jennifer Mack. Well, her handle is the Jennifer Mack. That's why I said it that way. And he says, "What is this?" over and over and over again. And this is Steve Lookner. And it's Jewish 13:15, and it's "I am Jesus Christ." And it matches Jackie and Diana play Melania. Now, I think I'm the one that entered that in the database ages ago, like years ago, because that's one of the ones I worked on, that Melania is played by Jackie and Diana. There is no Melania. I don't think there ever was a real Melania. Well, maybe there was one years and years ago when he first met her. There's like a picture of her, but she certainly doesn't look the same. And even now, I think somebody else is playing her in a mask. Maybe still Diana, I don't know, but the face is thin, the body isn't the same. So just look at pictures of Melania from a year or two ago, and you'll see how different she looks right now. And there's this really old picture online of Donald Trump I think at a party with a really, 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 really thin Melania, supposedly a Melania. when he first knew her. And that's certainly not who we know of as, the First Lady. Okay, so when Steve was saying, what is this over and over, and it's, I am Jesus Christ, Jackie and Diana play Melania, it also says it matches confirm my identity, and it equals simple 136, and it's great awakening, like not dead, awake, right? Snow White, I remember, of course, in the fairy tale, Snow White looked dead but wasn't. Time to play matches. I already told you, prove me wrong. I already did that. This was interesting. So he's supposed to be married to Erica, and I don't know how to say the name. Frantzve. And made up names are usually really difficult names, They do that on purpose. The bad guys did it, and our good guys do it now too. And it's Jewish 1537, and it's be lovely person. And I think I remember she's supposed to be a former Miss Arizona or something to do with Miss Arizona. And where art thou? Like not around, like not really even a person maybe. And it's matches, I still have a lot of muscle. So I'm like, okay, does that mean that possibly this Erica person was played by a man? Like, I don't know. I mean, everybody's playing the opposite sex. It's so funny. So her name, Erica Frantzve, or V, matches simple 156, cloaked in innocence, and it matches 923. Now, could that be another reference to the upcoming dates, 922 to 923 coming up? And yeah, I forgot, Karen Carson said that it's been an important, 922 has been an important number in her life. So I forgot she had mentioned that quite a bit, and not just the movie references for the date. All roads lead to Q, and fake world news. That all matches that Erica's name. So in an article that I read today, it said Kirk was shot about 12:20. And to me that kind of jumped out because they didn't give it the precise time. They said about 12:20. So I thought, well, okay, 12:20 is a big deal. 12:20 in Jewish is 3275. And this is a good one. How the simulated reality works. So simulated reality. Waiting to go with Jesus. Remember, so if he was supposed to be shot at 12:20, waiting to go with Jesus, he will break bread with his Lord at the mercy gate matches as well. And let's see, 12:20 in simple, it was 194, and it equals blackout necessary. That's a Q post, like he's gone, blackout. God is hidden in our DNA. Hidden jumps out. Underdog projects matches 12:20. And that's the database, gematrix.org database that I use was written or programmed, or whatever you want to call it, by Underdog Projects. So if you look at the very first page of Gematrix on the bottom, it gives all the credit as to who created the database. Misinformation, like MISS, like woman, misinformation, and war preparations matches. So that's interesting. And Steve, I'm sorry if I said this before, but Steve kept saying one shot over and over again during this live stream about the shooting. And in Jewish, it's 343, which is cool because that was my dorm room number when I first went to college. So it's kind of funny. 343, it equals its time. And in simple, it's 96. It equals MK Ultra. And this could be a way for the white hats to show how, MK Ultra events happened in the past. And then 96, one shot equals 96 equals doomsday. Don't Panic, Book of Life, No Differences. And it's interesting, when I saw the two words, no differences, in the database, I looked at it, like scrambled the words, like anagrammed it, scrambled the letters, I mean, and you can look at it as difference and sun instead of no differences, like a different person was acting possibly. But it also matches blue light. So possibly it was a hologram, like Project Bluebeam. So I'm not, Crack the Code matches one shot. Like I said, Steve said it many times. Crack the Code and Starfire, like a weapon, and reversed, like that's not what happened. So anyway, I guess I got everything. Kind of skipped around a lot. I'm sorry. I got so distracted with the chipmunk and the hummingbird and the lawnmower and then the saw and the train, and it was just like too much. It was just too much, So I hope everybody's doing really well. And I got to show you the hydrangeas. They turn pink. Okay. So, and don't worry. Okay. So the whole point in me doing these videos is to have you guys not worry, right? And know that everything's okay. Everything will be fine. And I just want everybody to know that everything's going to be okay. So we'll go look at the hydrangeas together. And there goes my chipmunk. Oh, I don't know if you can see him. And tomatoes are, see, tomatoes. All kinds of yummy things out there. And look how pretty the impatiens are. They're like almost 2 feet high. Isn't that cool? Anyway, and I love this little sign. Isn't that nice? My son and my daughter-in-law gave me that a long time ago. And look at the hydrangeas. Look at them. Just look at them. They're so pretty. So I picked a whole bunch of them. They were white last time I showed you. I won't go on a whole garden tour this time, but here's the garden. And I guess the bees were all over this before, but I don't see a lot today. That's too bad. They must be drunk on nectar and they're taking a nap or something. There's a bee. There's a cute little bee. He's so cute. Oh my gosh. There's a couple. Usually this thing is vibrating with bees. It's Caryopterus with a C. Oh, I know where they all are. They're on the sedum. Yeah. Once the sedum comes out, this pink stuff, it's just like crazy. The bees go crazy. They're just nuts. I don't know if you can see them. Look at that huge one in the back. Look at that. He's huge. Hi. Hi, everybody. Hi, guys. There's honeybees. At least I think they're honeybees. I'm not sure how you tell if a bee is a honeybee. Aren't they cute? Anyway. There's a little bit more over there. Gosh, the sedum. I've got like 3 or 4 patches of sedum. Do you know how huge that is? Wow. See, compared to the other bumblebee right next to him, how big? I wonder if you'd say that's a queen, or maybe do queens even leave the hive? I don't know. I don't know anything about bees, you guys. Let me know if you know if that was like giant because it's a queen or something. There's more honeybees on this one. Sedum is so pretty. It comes out in the fall, gives you hope that you still have some color in the garden, So anyway, there's the hydrangeas. So pretty. We'll take a tiny little walk. And go through here. elephant ears are looking quite spectacular. It's so cool when the wind blows, they go flopping around there. Oh, and that's a snake root. Yeah. See, it's a mess back under the deck, but anyway, see that big bee on the, I'm pretty sure this is a snake root plant. First time I've seen them bloom. Hi, elephant ears, you're so pretty. And what else can I show you? Oh, and this is pretty. This is called, I think, Chilone or Chilone, or I don't know. It's Turtle Head, the nickname. See, it looks like a snapdragon. And anyway, the feverfew all went by, so I cut all that back, and that's just like not much going on here except green. That's okay. I put a climbing hydrangea way back on that tree with the birdhouse, and I just planted it yesterday, so it's just green right now. But I hope he climbs up, like, he's supposed to get like 15 feet in 1 year, and I'm hoping he'll go right up that tree. So that'd be fun. And what else? There's my pretty little Serbian spruce and my cute little Japanese maple. I don't know what kind it is. Anyway, it was fun to show you around, especially because the hydrangeas look so pretty. There's my little house way up there. The deck is really high. So anyway, hope you guys are doing good. And taking care of each other, like I always say. Talk to each other on chat, maybe connect, that kind of thing. I think that'd be nice. I'll show you from up here. I'll show you, because it's so pretty with the hydrangeas out like that. Isn't that pretty? And plus, showing you guys helps me keep a little record of what in the world the garden looked like, Like, I'll look at it over the winter and I'll go, yeah, that's what was planted there, and he'll help me. So, anyway, love you guys. Like I said, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. See you soon. Bye.